So somebody asked if I could do a video tour of my yard, so I figured I'd do that today. It's nice and warm and sunny. So this is on the west side of my house. My neighbor's house is pretty close to this area, so it gets a lot of shade, and there's a 100-year-old elm here. So this is mostly sweet woodruff, which is an herb. It's a very nice smell pretty much all year round. It's going to be blooming here in about another week, and it'll just be a blanket of white. Got the grass looking stuff. That's a Star of Bethlehem, I think it's called. It's basically a weed, but I don't mind it, so I'm just going to let it go. These two, sorry, it's my dog, she's having some fun. These two twigs here are some pawpaws. They're just starting to leaf out. You can kind of see, hopefully. Yeah, there it is. Just starting to leaf out. I just planted those last year, so they're doing pretty well considering. Over here we have some currants. So the ones in the back are some red currants. They're in bloom right now. You can see them kind of going crazy. Hopefully I'll get quite a few this year. I didn't get very many last year. So hoping that works out. These are some red Hosta berries. So they're a gooseberry currant cross. I've got 3 of them. They're looking pretty good. You get these little red and white flowers on them. Little focus. There we go. They're pretty. Berries are pretty good. I haven't gotten a huge harvest yet. Down here I've got some red vein sorrel. I think it was sold to me as raspberry lemonade sorrel. It's pretty good. Sour. It's really only good for about the first month or 2 of the year, and then it gets a little tough. So this is my herb area. It has some trees and stuff in it too. So here we have some lemon balm. Stuff reseeds like crazy, but it smells awesome, so I don't mind too much. I just dig it out if I don't want it. Let's see. Oh, these covered things, these are some more small pawpaws. This is a full sun area, so just providing some shade for the first couple of years so they don't die. So I got 2 more little ones, and then this is my biggest pawpaw. It's probably about 3 years old now, so it's gotten pretty good sized. See, it's starting to leaf out, and it also has a bunch of flower buds. So those will open here in another couple of weeks. They're pretty flowers, but you don't really notice them too much. Here we've got a bunch of parsley that's reseeded. This here is the remains of my saffron. So it looks like this for another month or so, and then it'll die back. It blooms in the fall. So here we've got a couple, what's this called? Can't remember. I just planted these. They're new this year. It's supposed to taste kind of like celery. I know the name of it, I just can't remember right now. And we've got a bunch of lemon thyme I just planted. It's probably my favorite scent out of all the herbs. Planted a bunch of it. I bought a whole flat, so hopefully it works out. This grass-looking stuff here is garlic chives. I've got a few different kinds of, so here we have some lemon balm I need to take out, but it's growing in the middle of some Greek oregano, which is nice. It's a very good culinary variety. And we've got a couple kinds of anise hyssop. So this is sunset hyssop. It's kind of pink and orange flowers. It's very pretty. And then back here we've got one of the blue anise hyssops. I don't remember what it's exactly which variety it is. And behind it we have true hyssop. I need to cut back all the dead flower heads, but it's growing pretty well. Also here we've got my figs. So they've died back to the ground again, but they'll grow to almost 6 feet by the end of the summer. So this here is I think this is a joy bush cherry. So it's more tart than like the Romeo and Juliet. I think it stays a little bit smaller too. I haven't had any trouble with bugs or birds eating it, so that's nice. There's some rosemary there. It's looking a little sad, but it'll pop back out here in another month or so. And this is some Grosso lavender. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we got chives over there, just regular chives. 2 kinds of sage. There's some catmint in that corner, right there. This is French tarragon. It's just getting going. It'll grow 3 or 4 feet tall by the end of the summer. Really strong, kind of black licorice scent. It's nice. This is some mother of thyme. It's pretty good for culinary. It's maybe not the best, but I like it. It spreads and gets maybe 6 inches tall. Had some dieback, but I just planted a bunch more plants too. This is daylily. I believe that this is an edible variety. Should bloom this year. I just planted them last year. So I should get some flower buds to try. If it doesn't make me sick, I'll keep eating it. This is bee balm here. Just planted these last year. They're coming back really well. I got 3 of them. And I just planted these echinaceas about a week ago. And they've actually grown quite a bit already with the warmer weather. It's helping out. And that back there is salad burnet or barnet. I can't remember exactly. It's kind of has kind of a cucumber taste. It's pretty good. This is hot and spicy oregano. Spreading pretty well. Got some Roman chamomile. So it's in a little bit shadier of an area. I just planted them last year and I thought they died, but they came back this spring, so I'm hoping they work out pretty well. This here is winter savory. I'm trying to block the wind, but hope you can still hear me. This is winter savory. It's a nice peppery kind of scent. It's grown really well. The bees love it in the late summer when it blooms. And these are Hall's Hardy almonds. They're just gorgeous. The nuts are harder. They're so hard to crack, but they taste good if you can get them open. And the trees are beautiful. These are some black currants, English style, that I just got a couple weeks ago. This is consort black currant. So I'll probably get a couple this year. We'll give them a go. My little sister's obsessed with black currants, so I figured, can't be too bad. So that's kind of the herb area. Let's go look at the stuff up by the house. Kind of skipped that. So here is, it doesn't look like it, but this area is shade almost all day. So I have some strawberries, and back there, a bunch of hostas. So that's my Jurassic Park hosta. It's supposed to get like 4 feet tall. Got a bunch of different kinds of hostas. Some bleeding heart. It's not edible, but I love it, so I planted some. And let's see, these are honeyberries. The one in the back, the big one, is the borealis. and I can't remember what the smaller one is, but they are just about done blooming. So you can kind of see some of the flowers there. They're pretty, but you don't really see them because they're hiding under the leaves. Oh, here's some berries starting actually right here. Those will turn blue in a couple months. And then we got some rhubarb. This isn't my main patch, but it's actually the one I've had going the longest, but they don't get as much sun here, so they don't do quite as well. Oh, there's a blackberry in the back there. And then there's kind of my fruit and berry area over here. It's still very much a work in progress. I'm hoping to get this mostly done this year. We'll see. This is some raspberry shortcake raspberry. It's kind of a low-growing, not as aggressive variety of raspberry. I haven't really gotten many berries from it yet, but I think I will this year. This is only its second spring, so it's actually doing pretty well. It's spread a little bit, which is good, but not like crazy. These kind of weird looking ones in the back, like close to us here, are dwarf mulberries. So it's I can't remember the exact variety name right now, but they aren't going to get a lot taller than that. And the berries are really good. I like them a lot. They're pretty tart if you pick them early, but I don't mind that too much. Got a bunch of strawberries I just got from neighbors. Haven't really gotten any fruit off of them. I think the bugs get them first. This one's kind of cool. So this is a perennial kale. It's called sea kale. Just went through its first winter. It's looking great. It's supposed to be hardy down to zone 5, I think. It's native to the UK and areas like that. Gets a little sad looking in the summer, but then it perks up again in the fall. This is a Fuyu persimmon. It's actually the Giro variety. It's just starting to leaf out. A couple more weeks and we'll get some nice leaves on it. I actually got 2 persimmons from this last year and I planted it last year as a bare root. So that's pretty cool. It's a Juliet dwarf cherry, and then the back's a Romeo. He's not blooming yet, so we'll see how that works out. This one is a Hachia persimmon. Didn't get any fruit off of this last year, but I hope to this year. This is a rugosa rose. Supposedly one of the best eating roses. I just planted it last year as well, so I didn't get much yet. So I just planted. Oh, we've got a little rogue pawpaw. I planted this and I forgot about it, and it hasn't died yet. So we'll see how that works out with it being so close to all the other plants. So this here is a Viking aronia. So it's supposed to be one of the more compact varieties. You can see this one's about to bloom. So it's looking pretty good. This is my main rhubarb patch. It's actually only a year old. I bought them last spring in 4-inch pots. They've just grown like crazy. Alright, so these are Cornelian cherries. So this is a Pioneer, I believe. And then this one is a yellow Cornelian cherry. I haven't gotten any fruit from these yet. Probably not this year either, maybe next year. This is chocolate mint. I know, I planted it in the ground. I'm a daring soul. It's only, gotten about 10 times bigger than it was when I planted it last year, so not too bad. This is clove or golden currant. It's a native U.S. plant. It's actually a black currant, so this is the Crandall variety. It stays pretty small. It's pretty productive. It's called golden and clove because of the flowers. It doesn't actually have anything to do with the fruit. This is a Angelo Rosso Azarole. So I think it's a mountain ash relative. Small fruit, but they're supposed to be pretty tasty. Some more clove currants. I got 3 of those. This is a Chinese red sun ha, I think. Yeah, red sun Chinese ha. So it'll get, let's see if I can find the flowers for you. No flowers yet. Oh, here's some. Just starting. We'll focus. Yeah. These are a new one. I just planted these this year, just a couple weeks ago. This is Arctic raspberries. So they're only supposed to get maybe 6 inches tall and spread. I have 3 different varieties here. You can't tell any difference really just looking at them. But I hope they work out. They look nice if nothing else. This is witch hazel. It's one of my earliest bloomers. It'll bloom as early as February. So it's all done with flowers now. It's starting to leaf out. This is a, what is this called? This serviceberry. I forget the variety right now. Regent. It's a Regent serviceberry. I have 2 of them. I'm probably gonna have to get another one. I really like the berries. I've only had a few, but they're really good. This is a Whitney Crabapple. It's supposed to be one of the best eating crab apples. I saw the beginnings of a flower bud somewhere. Here we go. So it should be blooming here pretty soon. Let's see. These are an alpine strawberry. Well, alpine strawberries that I started from seed. Some of them taste better than others, but they've been really good producers. I actually get more strawberries from this little patch than I do from all my other strawberries combined. They're small, but they're pretty tasty. This is a pineapple quince. I got 1 quince off of this last year. Smelled amazing. I forgot to eat it. But it was like a whole house air freshener for about 3 months. It was awesome. This is a Aromatanoia quince or something like that. It's a Russian quince. It's supposed to be one that you can eat fresh, so it's not too much dry mouth or anything there. Now we get into the area that I'm still working on. This is my project this year, is clearing this out and planning what I want in it. Oh, we've got some royalty purple raspberries that I just planted a couple weeks ago. So they're getting established. Probably got some berries, maybe a couple next year. We're going to be planting these Oregon grape here under the tree. I think this is a mailbox elder. It looks nice. It's been doing well. I need to kind of trim up these little shoots from the trunk, but. And we've got a couple elderberries here. I think I have Novo and what was the other one? Let's see. York. I got a Nova and a York. So there's the York. The Nova is right there. Kind of hard to see. I've got a medlar here. I got 1 little medlar this last winter. Just let it blet naturally on the tree, and I actually really liked it. It had a lot of seeds, but other than that, it was really good. I like the flavor. This is a sweet treat blueberry I planted last spring. It was basically bare root, even though I bought it in a pot. So not many flowers this year. Got a couple right there. But it struggled a little bit because it didn't have much roots, but it's looking pretty established now. It's a Flavor King Pluot, which is looking awesome, of course. Planted at the same time as the Pluary. So they're supposed to pollinize each other, so we'll see. Hopefully I get some fruit, maybe not this year, but next year. And then in the back is my lawn. You can tell I really care about grass. Of course the gophers make it hard too. Got so many gophers, it's kind of a problem. And back here I've got a couple peach trees. So this is a Red Haven peach. And over here is a lemon Alberta. We had a lemon Alberta growing up. I love them. They're awesome peaches. The tree we had growing up actually self-destructed. It had so many peaches on them. They're like bigger than a grapefruit, just really tasty. And over by the house have kind of my vegetable garden area. So this is on the east side of the house, which actually worked pretty well. I haven't had any trouble growing tomatoes or peppers or anything. Right now I just have some peas and beets going over here. So they're just getting going. This is a Eastern Prince Schisandra vine, also called Magnolia Vine. It didn't bloom last year, I just planted it last spring, but it's got some flower buds on it now. So I'm looking forward to that. It's supposed to be pretty good fruit. Then here I have a couple maypops that I'm gonna try. Hopefully they're hardy here. I don't know. I love passion fruit. I lived in the Dominican Republic for a couple years, so kind of got addicted to it there. That's pretty much the garden for now. It's a half-acre lot. I'm not even using a quarter of it yet. But gonna work on the backyard eventually. Plant a bunch more trees and fruits. I like to get some grapevines as well. So yeah, that's my yard so far.